Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for watching another 10X Church video. My name is Patrick Stile and I'm the founder of 10X Church. And 10X Church is basically, I'm trying to teach churches how to grow their church. And so this particular video is a really important one. We're going to talk about why I believe the church is not growing. We're going to talk about the reasons and maybe a little bit about what you can actually do for your church. So please, if you're watching this live or on the replay, please let me know where you're tuning in from, what city and state or city and country, because these videos have been getting views all over the world. I know I've been seeing people from Africa and from the Philippines and all over the United States. It's been fantastic, the response. And guys, just please help me to continue liking and sharing and commenting on these videos. It really helps encourage me to continue to do this. And so I'm going to try to do this every Tuesday morning for you, okay? So today, again, we're going to talk about why isn't the church growing? So the Christian church in the United States, anyways, from the research that I've done so far, has been in decline since the 60s, okay? And you're probably seeing this in your church as well. You may have been at a plateau or you may be in decline in your church over the past 3 to 5 to 10, 20 years, I don't know, tell me, you know. This is a huge problem, right? And so I've really gone in and done the research and tried to figure this out. And then, you know, if you don't know, my wife and I have spent a year traveling around, and our two youngest children traveling around the country and visiting churches for the first time as a first-time guest and doing this over and over again. And we're starting to see and learn what the experience is like for a first-time guest, okay? So here is the reason why I believe that churches are not growing. Basically, churches are not growing because we, as church members, do not invite people to our church. And the reason I say that is because I've done the research on, I've studied a report that was created for, where they researched mega churches. And after all the studying comes down to it, they said that mega churches grow because their members invite people to their church. Okay? And I'm like, okay, well then why can't we do that? If you're a member of a small church, maybe you have 10 people, 50 people on a Sunday morning. You're not a mega church with 2,000 people, right? Can you do that? Can you invite people to your church? Of course you can, right? That's not something that's reserved for the mega church. And guess what? Those mega churches, they all started off as churches probably your size. They all started off with 20 people, 50, you know, sometimes 4 people, right? Adam Hamilton from the Church of the Resurrection in Leawood, Kansas, they started off with 4 people, him, his wife, and his 2 kids, right? Now they worship like, I think, 9,000 per Sunday. So they started small, but they invited people, and they were very cognizant of unchurched people. So then the question is, well, why don't we invite people? Dr. Tom Rainer, in one of his books, he has studied a lot about this kind of stuff, about church growth and whatnot. He's a pastor. And he has said that from his research, only 2% of us, your average everyday church member, actually invites people to church. And I'm like, why is that? Here, I think this is the problem. The problem is that you and I, we don't feel confident enough in the Sunday morning worship experience. We don't really know exactly what kind of welcoming someone's going to get. And we don't know, sort of the overall experience that they're going to have, right? Maybe your pastor does not recognize that there may be guests in the sanctuary on any given Sunday morning. And so they kind of get overlooked. They don't get welcomed. They don't get welcomed either from the pulpit or from the people. And now you say to yourself, hey, we're a friendly church. We say hi to these people. We shake their hands. We do all this kind of stuff. But it's not enough, guys. And I'll teach you more about that on a different video, or in my workshop. But it's not enough to just be nice and friendly, okay? You have to have a really fantastic welcoming experience. And then when you see that people are coming in and having that kind of experience, and then they're coming back the next Sunday, then it makes you feel confident that you can recommend, not just invite people to your church. See, here's the qualification. I don't think it's just about inviting people. I think it's about recommending your church. What if you can say to someone, hey, listen, you know, we've been talking for 5 minutes. I've known you all of 5 minutes. And you've told me that you're going through a divorce. And, you know, if you've gone through the divorce, which I haven't, luckily, thank God. If you've gone through a divorce, if you've gone through the divorce, and you can say to this person, hey, listen, you know what helped me go through my divorce? Is just being part of my church and my church family. They loved me, and you know what? There's other folks in my church, and if it's not you, you can say, you know, there's folks in my church that have gone through this, have been there, and I know they support each other. You know, maybe you should come down to my church. My church is awesome. Those people are so loving and welcoming, and our pastor's great. He always gives us very hopeful, inspirational messages. I think you'd really benefit from this. Oh, you know, I don't know. I've never been to a church before. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. Just come. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to do anything. Just come. And if you let me know, here's my number. Let me write down my phone number for you. Just text me whenever you come. I'll meet you at the front door. And I'll walk you and I'll introduce you to some of my friends. You know, it'll be real easy. It's no big deal. You see? That's what an invitation looks like. And guess what, guys? That's what evangelism looks like. I told you last week I was going to talk more about evangelism this week. That's what it looks like. But you see there that I didn't go into Walmart like just cruising down the aisles in Walmart saying, hey, do you know Jesus? Hey, do you know Jesus? Do you need a church family? Are you going through a divorce? No, you can't approach people that way, right? You have to approach it from the standpoint of, hey, I just want to meet you. You know, if we happen to meet and we happen to get into a conversation and there is something that I can, I hear a need from you and I can invite you to my church and really recommend my church to you, then that's a fantastic thing, and that person is very apt to come. Tom Rainer says that I think it's 82% of unchurched people say that they would come to a church if they were invited by a friend or family member, okay? So if you just walk up to someone on the street and say, hey, come to my church, they're going to look at you like, hey, get away from me, you salesperson. All you care about is growing your numbers. All you care about is filling the pews, or all you care about is getting money in the offering plate. So I can see right through you. But if you can approach people on a real one-to-one basis and just establish some sense of a relationship first, you know, maybe this next person is going to be your lifelong friend. You don't know. So be open to just talking with people and then not only inviting but recommending your church. Now, if your church is not at a place where you can recommend it, then let me talk to your church leadership and let me come in and do my workshop. I'll teach you how to be a welcoming people, how to make Sunday morning fantastic, beautiful for a first-time guest, and how to get your church truly focused on being a church that reaches people for Jesus. Okay, so that's what my workshop is all about. I'd love to come out and do this at your church. If you're, across the world, let me know, and we'll figure out something. We'll do it by webinar or something. You know, we'll figure it out. Let me know. Now, listen. If you've gotten all the way to this part in the video, then I would love to hear from you. Just type in. Give me a review on this video. What do you think about this video? Was it a 5-star video? Like 5 stars is the best, right? Was it a 5-star video, a 3-star video, a 1-star video? And if you can think of anything that you'd like to hear about next time, let me know that as well, and I'll take that into consideration. I've got a whole long list of things that I want to teach you guys, okay? And then one more thing, make sure that you like the 10X Church Facebook page so that you'll get a notification every time I go live with these kind of videos, okay? That's all I have for you today, guys. Peace out. Love you guys. Love Jesus, but love somebody. Love a person today, okay? We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.